Hi Libra, I hope you guys are doing great today. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2020, if you can believe it. So this is going to be, these are going to be general messages, but really based in the astrology, but I'm going to be pulling energies from tarot to get some of the highlights that you guys are going to be dealing with this year. I'm not going to be pulling out all the small little minutia. I'm going to be doing that as we roll out each month, but I am going to be dealing with transits that can be hitting your home, your sense of self, and your relationships. And I'm going to be pulling 3 different spreads, course of action spreads they're called. So I want to get right into it. And then at the end, I will pull a card of advice from the Black Moon Tarot. So let's use the Witch's Tarot to get right into this. And I really think that we need to address home first, because that's been a real point for you guys that you've been dealing with. And the year 2020 brings really fantastic renovations to your personal life, your home, and your domestic or emotional world. Really, it's kind of a big energy, guys. We have a lot of heavy hitters in the sky working with us right now, so it's definitely a powerful time for making changes that improve your living conditions, your self-esteem, comfort levels. Libra, you have a lot of change going on here, so you're finding more joy and bringing order to your home life this year, and you're determined to make things better. You know, there's really been a very heavy energy in your solar 4th house in the recent years. And it's best to watch that you're not so attached to your own agenda this year, that power struggles, result from too high to toll, too tight of a hold, that you're trying to control things or over manage anything in your life having to do with your home. So helping you this year is Jupiter as it transits your home sector, motivating you to improve your personal life. You might discover and embrace a very deep-seated ambition that you didn't even know you had as it relates to your domestic world. So you really want to get in touch with this. Really think about this, okay? How it relates to your world. So the course of action spread that we have here, this here is your current core energy. This is what you need to keep an eye out for. This is what the action that you should take in the near future, and this is the outcome. And the outcome position can always be changed, Libra, because this is based on the current energies that we're in right now. And as I always say, we're energetic beings, we have free will, and we have the power to turn these right side up, all things being equal. Okay, so starting out your core right now, having to do with your home space, we have the Page of Wands reverse, which tells me that you're in a space of just really not liking where you're at right now. You don't have a lot of will or motivation to stay where you're at right now. And this is the thing, I don't feel like you, Libra, you guys are cardinal energy. You've been going through a lot of changes. I know a lot of you guys have been going through changes in the domestic front, and I just don't feel like you're ready to go into this next phase with your domestic sphere the way it's been. So some of you are really going to be either looking to move. Some of you are going to be making major improvements in your home. Little caveat here though, guys, I just want to say you want to be careful not to overspend in this area. Don't do anything that's like way beyond your means. But there is definitely something happening in the home space, okay? You're really not wanting to go into this next cycle with that whole domestic situation the way it's been. So for some of you, it can be literally like in the physical, right? The actual home that you're in, the building, the space that you're in. For others of you, it can be the emotional space of home. Okay, it's going to be different for everyone, meaning that there are going to be major changes going on. So people moving out, people moving in. Some of you having children, bringing new children into the home, either through birth or adoption. Some of you bringing family members to come move in with you. Others of you are going to have people leaving. Maybe you have kids going off to school this year, or people moving out, or divorce, relationships ending and people separating. But there is this sort of movement of energy in the domestic sphere for sure. Things are not going to stay the way they are right now. And the thing you need to watch out for is this Knight of Wands reverse energy. And the Knight of Wands reverse energy does, and this is something to watch out for, digging your heels so deep into something that you're not willing to move forward in a certain way because you really very much want your own way or somebody else that you're dealing with, okay, because it's a core card, so it could be you or somebody else really digging their heels and wanting something a certain way. And this is just something that you need to be careful of. And I did mention to you before that that's something that you guys do need to be a little mindful of. That's not to say that the person or people that you're dealing with in your domestic sphere aren't acting in a similar way, where everybody's kind of digging their heels in, having their own agenda about where they want to live, how they want to live, what it's all supposed to look like, what it's supposed to be like. And this could also be certainly like maybe people who are supposed to be moving out don't want to move out, and it's all kinds of challenges like that. Obviously, apply the messages as you see fit. These are general messages, can't possibly hit everyone, but there's definitely the swapping out around of energies within the domestic sphere. But I'm getting that this is an energy that's just very unwilling and unmotivated to cooperate. And this is something that you really have to keep your eye out for, okay? You know, whether it's, even if you're living alone, okay, and you want to move, maybe you're going to need to deal with some challenging personalities and who may end up getting in your way to make the move happen smoothly. If you are living with somebody, maybe they don't like where you want to move, or they're not on board with what you want to do. All right, apply however you see fit. Then we have the action that you need to take in the near future is the Page of Cups reverse. And so this is about holding your emotions very close to the chest, and you really not feeling motivated to share 1 ounce more of yourself with this situation having to do with your domestic sphere for a second more than you need to. You're just simply not willing to put your heart and soul into a home anymore, into a home the way it is, at least. You're not willing to put your heart and soul into this domestic situation, so some sort of family issue that's going on having to do with what you consider to be home, even if you don't actually live with these people. If they're people who you consider to be home, like very close family, this does indicate to me really putting your foot down and just not willing to be on board emotionally with something anymore. You're just not. And the outcome is the Page of Pentacles, and this is you starting a new cycle in a space where you feel more connected to. You know, you feel very connected to it. Because the Pentacle energy here is about mental, physical, and emotional connection. And it's really like bonding to a situation, to a home, to a lifestyle, to a person within that lifestyle, right? So there could be a lot of upheaval, but there can also ultimately be a beautiful connection to a space or to a person within that space, or just the idea of however this next cycle is rolling out, you feel that it's definitely going to be more true to what you need in your life. Because Libra, I feel like a lot of you guys have been living according to somebody else's rules for way too long. And it's just really kind of past its expiration date with that. You're just not allowing it anymore. You're just not. So if somebody's not on board with you, it's going to be really challenging for you to work something out with them. For example, if it's a partner, if it's a husband, a wife, an intimate partner in some way where you guys are actually living together, and you want to move and they don't want to move, or you guys can't agree, or you guys can't agree on the work, or whatever, and it's just this constant like bucking of energy. The thing is, Libra, this is so much more about 4 walls, a ceiling, and a floor for you. Like, this is about speaking to your core space. This is something that's been bothering you for a while, and it goes beyond the actual building. It has a lot to do with what's going on inside the home, and you just being ready to end all of that cycle, all of it. And you want to start the whole energetic cycle fresh in a new space. You don't want the bad karma. You don't want the bad energy. You don't want any of that stuff. You feel the need very strongly to start fresh. And I feel like a lot of you feel like you have this harness wrapped around your chest where somebody's kind of pulling you back as you're trying to push forward. And a lot of you are going to be dealing with this energy right now, but you're going to have supportive energies going into 2020 to break free from this. So I really do like that. Yeah, I mean, I do get that it's very strongly that a lot of you guys are going to be, you're going to be moving, you're going to be doing work to your home, you're going to be asking people to leave your home, you're going to be inviting people to be in your home. There's going to be issues around the home, situations certainly around the home. So now let's go right into... we're going to do the same thing, course of action spread, but having to do with self, okay? Having to do with self, right? We just talked about your home, and this is an excellent year for you to get in touch with yourself and what you truly want from life, What childhood conditioning issues are damaging you? You know, what are you holding on to? What's holding you back? And just how much power and strength you possess. You're going to be tapping into all of that, Libra. You know, and it's very important that you really help friends to understand that you're often self-absorbed these days for very good reasons, you know, and they'll see you emerge ultimately on the other side of these transits as just a much more confident person before the end of the year. I mean, really, you really are. I mean, and this is, guys, also, this is a time for you to pay attention to your health. You might not be quite so attentive with your health and your diet and your regimes and even your work, you know, which can end up creating sources of guilt or worries at times. And it can be all too easy to turn a blind eye to some of these things this year. So it might benefit you to pay a little more attention to structures and routines in your life, you know. There could be issues also with shared resources or sharing in close relationships. Whether it's about intimacy or money, it doesn't matter. We keep a close eye on these matters is going to help you a lot in dealing with your own sense of self, your own sense of self-esteem, and your own positive feelings about your own life right now, you know? So the core of you right now is the Eight of Cups, and we have what to keep an eye on. Five of Wands reverse. Eight of Wands is the course of action you should take. The Ace of Pentacles is the result, is the outcome. So right now, I'm getting like you're just feeling not at home with yourself, Libra. Eight of Cups energy is about, you know, feeling very disappointed and disillusioned in a situation that you kind of designed and framed out in your head once upon a time, and things just aren't turning out that way, and you're feeling very disappointed, but you're feeling disappointed in yourself as well as the situations, and you're trying to figure out a way to move yourself out of it. You are deciding to make this move, but again, you know, Libra, I have to tell you, I've been getting this energy for you guys for the past couple of months where it's like this quiet energy where you have so much going on internally. So much going on internally. And for those of you who were very adamant that I was very incorrect. I mean, honestly, there were only like 3 or 4 of you, but you know what? I like to honor everybody's energy. You have to look to see what else is in your chart, guys. Because if you're here checking out for Libra Sun, this is only one room. It's your ego consciousness, one room in your very large house. Check out your rising sign, check out your moon sign, check out your Venus. Everything's important. But definitely for Libra archetype, the archetype of Libra, there's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. A lot of planning, at least a lot of deep emotion, and a lot of desire going on under the surface. And I'm feeling like you really are right now in a space where you are moving away from something that you know is just simply not working for you. And for a lot of you, I feel like this is simply happening mentally right now. Because for a lot of you guys, I know a lot of you guys just simply can't pack your bags and leave. But there's still this planning phase that's going on. And everything's going to be rolling out this year, believe me. It doesn't mean that you're all going to be leaving. It certainly is not what it means. But those of you who are going to stay, things are going to be very, very different. You're going to be laying the law down and you're going to be making changes in your home, in your living conditions, in your domestic sphere, in the relationships that take place under the roof of your home. It's all, I mean, it's big. It's a big energy. Home is a big energy. It's not the kitchen and the bathroom, you know what I mean? And it's so much more than the physical space. It's more psychologically based than that, okay? And then we have what to keep an eye out for. Lots of fighting. Five of Wands energy is no joke. This is like stabbing each other in the dark with like sticks. Battle of the wills. Nobody's winning here. Nobody's winning. There is no compromise in this energy. This is something you need to keep an eye out for, right? And I did mention this before when we talked about, you know, the idea of home, right? I mean, here we have this Eight of Cups, what we're dealing with with self. And I feel like that this self is very interwound with the home. Here, I have to tell you what I'm getting. It's very interwound. Okay, having to do with whatever is in the domestic sphere. But regardless, it really doesn't even matter. The idea here is that you feel the need to walk away from the way that you've been thus far. And really, I mean, like I said before, the energies here completely support you really getting in touch with yourself and what you really, really want from life. But you're going to be getting some resistance along the way here. Five of Wands energy, again, is, you know... Because, you know, what are wands? Wands are will and it's determination and it's a fire energy. So, you know, first of all, it's in the reverse. So somebody is not willing to move forward in a situation And there's a lot of arguments and a lot of stagnation and just a lot of unwillingness and lack of compromise here. So this is something to keep your eye out for, that, you might be dealing with an individual in your life that has to do with that. But now the action that you should be taking in the near future is the Eight of Wands energy, which is really positive. The Eight of Wands is about fast, positive communication coming in, really great news coming in via text, email, any form of communication, but it creates a quick movement. This is a quick movement for you. And I just feel like this is going to be happening because, as the year progresses, you're reaching a turning point with your recreation area, with your area of romance and pleasure, and you're really coming out of your shell and you're ready to share yourself with the world right now. So there are new adventures, whether on the physical or mental plane, really waiting for you to just bust open. And a lot of you are going to even be monetizing a hobby that you have. Okay, so anything like, I don't know, if you're a collector and you suddenly start selling, if you're doing a YouTube channel just for fun, maybe you reach your benchmark and you start getting monetized, okay, or something like that, or you're getting some sort of sponsorship, if that's the kind of channel that you have, or something like that, where you were initially just doing it for fun, but you're like, hey, you know what, I'm making money at this kind of thing. A lot of you guys are going to be doing that, but first, getting organized and prepared makes the most sense. Right? And a really solid relationship or project can result from this, and that's what this is. The Eight of Wands, think about it, the Eight of Wands are going up, and then they're going to ultimately come down, and they're going to dig very deep into the ground. That's why this is a very solid energy for a strong foundation, having to do with a relationship or project. Something is going to be very solidly formed here. So the advice here having to do with self is whatever is in your belly and in your mind that you really want to push forward, for you, Libra, you might not even be talking to anybody about it, or people might see that you're starting something and that you're interested in something, but they may not be aware of how serious you are about it or how you would like to do something more with it. And I do feel like the energy is really supporting you to push it forward, because it's going to end up bringing you really good things. You're going to end up getting really good news about it, and there's going to be this awesome outcome that's just going to make you feel so good about yourself. And it's really going to help alleviate the tension here. Now, guys, this Eight of Cups, you leaving the situation and this arguing, this battle of the wills, this could be with anybody in your life. This could be with a family member. This could be obviously with an intimate partner, but it could also just be with a friend. Somebody you've been friends with. This could be with a colleague. Because this, in the sense, in self, it really, anyone who you're dealing with whatsoever. But the thing is here, you're leaving a space where you don't feel like you're the best version of yourself. You're not feeling like the best version of yourself when you're around this group of people or this person or in this situation. But I feel like you're going to be moving into this space, and you're going to be making choices that are going to make you feel really, really good about yourself. This is about really surrounding yourself with very positive people who are nothing less than completely supportive. And you can't have it any other way. You just can't have it any other way, because look what we have at the outcome position. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and you have the power to turn this upright, Libra. The Ace of Pentacles is a brand new start where you feel this beautiful new sense of connection with someone, beautiful new connection with a job, a position, a major, a friendship. Beautiful. But there's something that's holding you back. There's something that's holding you back right now from making this happen. I don't know if it's this past disillusionment, if it's this fighting. I'm suspecting that it's you just feeling this general lack of support. You feel a general lack of support right now to move forward in the way that you ultimately want to. Like the way that's ultimately in your belly. Not the way that everybody else thinks you should be moving forward, though what you really, really want to do. So maybe you really want to do something like, maybe you want to actually be an artist, but you're in business school. And you really want to be an artist, and you want to change gears, and you're not getting the support that you really are looking for in your life. Let's say you want to grow your business in a way, and your partner's just really not on board with you, and they don't want to lay out the extra expenses. It really could be anything like that. Anything like that, where you're involved in something, but you're feeling called to do something else, and you're not getting the support that you need. Yeah, the Seven of Swords is another fighting energy. This is the card of thievery, and when it comes to swords, it's somebody stealing your words, right? So this is the ugly kind of fighting where there's deflection and fighting over what's true, what's not true. And you're feeling the need to really defend yourself right now, Virgo. You're defending yourself in this energy. And then we have the Four of Swords. It's just like pressing the pause button and thinking about everything that's happened right now and how are you going to move forward. How exactly are you going to move forward with all of this? It's like, this is a very healthy energy because it's like you are literally stopping in your tracks saying, oh my God, I feel like my life is completely going to be going down a different path than I've been planning up till now. I really don't have a lot of people on my side, but I'm being called in this other direction to do it. Yes, and you're going to make it happen. Get the Magician. This is a very clear message to me, Libra. Whatever you're in now, you're going to end up in something very different. I mean, I don't know, guys. You're in school studying one thing, and you're going to end up on a completely different path. You have one kind of business. Maybe you have a business partner, and you're going to completely want to go independent. You're you're living in one state and you suddenly get a bug in your bonnet where you want to just completely move states. Completely, you live in a mansion, you want to suddenly live in like a tiny little condo. You live in a condo, you want to I mean, it's like just this big change in whatever area is really most speaking to you right now. Any area that you feel is going to bring you the most change. I mean, listen, the area of self is big. Like, pick a door. You know what I mean? It could have to do with, because this is self now, have to do with where you live, your relationships, your career, what you do for fun. I mean, really, pick it. But there's definitely, Libra, no question, there is an area in your life right now that you are feeling very pushed to make a big change in, and you're afraid to make it because you don't feel like you're going to get the support that you need. And maybe some of you have even tried to make the change and you're just not getting the support. I mean, but that's definitely what's happening in your sense of self. Like, you're changing. You're getting in touch with what you really, really want for yourself, and it's just not in alignment fully so with where you're at right now. And you're going to have a lot of people saying, what are you, crazy? What do you want to do that for? Or, you've come this far. Or, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to move? Or, why would you not want to have that career? Or, why would you want to take that risk? That's not safe. All these different kind of, fill in the blank naysayer, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But I feel like a lot of you are dealing with that, for sure, in your sense of self. So let's get some information on your relationship. And Mars has a pretty extended stay in your partnership sector in the second half of 2020, Libra. A really exciting, a close relationship that you have right now. Really beautiful. This can also bring up areas of tension, though. It's a time to deal, but that's a good thing, right? It's a time to deal with issues that have been maybe keeping a relationship in a state of stagnation. So if someone keeps overruling you, talking over you, overruling you, you know what I mean? Now is the time to correct things. It's a great time to make some corrections in your relationships. So I do like that. I mean, you have a lot of really good energy in there. Mars is a pretty powerful energy in there. It's a fighter planet. We want to go in there and do his thing. So right now in your relationship, we have the Eight of Wands energy. That's beautiful. Okay, things to look out for. The Empress, so positive. Seven of Wands. Okay, this is the action you should take in the near future. This is going to make total sense to you when I read them. The Two of Wands, we're going to pull more energy. We have the Two of Wands reverse. All right. So right now in your relationship sector, we have the Eight of Wands energy. We just talked about this. This is so positive. You're in a really positive space with in your relationship. So for those of you who don't have an intimate relationship, this could be with somebody at work. This really has to do with like a seven house vibe to me, okay? This relationship spread. So it has either to do with an intimate partner or relationship or some sort of very close business associate or business partner. And you guys being in a really good space. Again, very solid, good news coming in, fast movement. So those of you who are in an intimate relationship, you guys are growing close very quickly, and there's a serious deepening of the connection here. So this is really, really beautiful. Something to keep an eye out for. How nice is this? This is the Empress energy. She's the mother of the tarot. This is all about expansion. I mean, think about what mothers do, right? I mean, they conceive and then they grow. They grow the child, and then they birth the child, right? So this is all about growth and expansion. And this is, keep your eye out right now. Like the relationships. Now, if this has to do with business, if this is a business relationship, you guys are very sweetly positioned to do very, very well in business, okay? So let me read this as a relationship read first, because there are only 4 cards. So you guys in this space where you guys are getting like really, you are just really popping, right? You're getting clients, you're doing everything. Everything is kind of lining up very beautiful. Like the 8 of Wands energy is kind of like a lining up energy, really beautiful. And then there's so much growth. Beautiful. But then there comes a point, though, Libra, where you're going to have to you're going to find yourself defending yourself as you guys enter into this new cycle. Okay, because the 7 of Wands is all about defending yourself. It's 4 plus 3. 4 is the world, 3 is the Trinity. And it's this willingness to kind of have it all. And this willingness to work and just build, right? And the thing is, in this energy, in the 7 of Wands, this is you feeling the need to defend your thoughts, your processing, your desires, your hopes, your dreams. Your way of seeing things, your perspective within this relationship. And, because that's happening, I do feel like the outcome energy for that is the 2 of Wands energy, where you really want to move forward with this person, or, having to do, let's say it has to do with work, but you can't see a way forward because you're not viewing them as somebody who is actually capable of compromising. So this is a real sticking point for you. So for those of you in business, I see you have all of this potential here, but you're dealing with somebody who you feel like you really need to defend yourself. And you don't want to feel like that. And it's really getting in the way of you feeling motivated about moving forward in this 2 of Wands energy, this brand new energy. Yeah. All right, good. This is beautiful. The Lovers, you can't ask for a better card after the 2 of Wands reverse. Is the Lovers having to do with a business spread? The Lovers is all about having a meeting of the minds. And you guys know my spiel about the Lovers spread. Originally, it was not meant to actually be like intimate lovers. I don't know why they even called it this. But it's a soulmate energy more than anything. And when we say soulmate, we mean somebody who we're deeply connected with on a soul level, where we have the same ambitions and the same dreams and hopes and desires. So this could certainly even be a family member, a close friend, a colleague, somebody we're in business with, anybody who we're like functioning in that heart space with, right? But what's beautiful here is recognition that not everything is perfect, that there are issues that need to be worked out, but you have the blessing of Archangel Raphael and the luminary of the sun. So this is entirely positive because not only is there going to be compromise and empathy had here, but there's going to be a lot of really healthy conversation, so that it's through this conversation that the 2 of Wands can be turned upright, which is awesome because this is about really just starting this path together in such a willful, beautiful way. So I really like that. So that has to do with if this is a business partnership. Now, if this is an intimate relationship, just everything is awesome. You guys are... It's just a fast connection for those of you. Okay, I feel like for those of you who are relatively new in a relationship, you guys are getting very deep very quickly. For those of you who've been in a relationship for a really long time, there are things happening in your relationship very, very fast right now. Now, let's say you guys are married and you're living together and we're having all of these changes in the home. The news coming in with the 8 of Wands energy could be the sale of your home, the acceptance of an offer on a new home, everything kind of happening at once, all the news coming in at once, everything happening, and you're like packing up and needing to move, and everything just happening on a much quicker timetable than you actually thought it was going to ever happen, This could have anything to do with that fast movement, fast news coming in, creating a very fast movement. And it's almost like a frenetic kind of energy here. But for those of you who are new in a relationship, it could be that kind of frenetic, kind of like early love feeling kind of thing as well. So I'm going to give you, both understandings of it. The Empress is just about growth. So, rock on, regardless of the interpretation, there's growth here. So your relationship is growing. If you guys are moving together, it's going to be a really positive thing. This is a very positive energy, okay? The Empress, upright. It's not all going to be easy, though. There's going to come a point, and I'm going to pull some energies on this. Why do we have the Seven of Wands? You are going to be in a space where you're needing to defend yourself. And this defending of yourself is really going to get in the way of you feeling like everything's going to be able to move forward smoothly. But then we have the Lover's energy where there is compromise being made. But I'm just curious about this, the Seven of Wands. I'm just curious about happening there. Just curious. Well, the Knight of Cups energy, what's the matter with that? Nothing. Okay, Page of Swords. Okay, I got it. Okay, all right. So, yeah. Knight of Cups energy is just a very beautiful, kind of scared, a little trepidatious, he, she, right? Doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter. But coming in and just offering you so much love, so much love. And with a very kind of youthful, innocent, but maybe naive kind of vibe, right? Really spinning these truths and really, in a good way though, really, Libra, wanting to connect with you, wanting this new beginning with you. I feel like this person is coming from a really good place. I really do. But I don't feel like you're completely on board with everything that they're saying. This Four of Cups energy is about that checklist card. Feeling a little disillusioned, a little restless. Not liking everything that's going on. They do A, B, and C, and I'm really not okay with that. But, you know, Libra, what else do I say about this? This could also be you not being totally honest with something inside of yourself that needs to be looked at. Some sort of old scar, old wound, some sort of fear. What are you afraid of? Really getting in touch with that fear. Like, what are you afraid of with this Knight of Cups energy and this Page of Swords? Somebody wanting to come in with a truth, offering you love. What's the matter with that? Right? Because you're in this space of defending yourself. So, you know, they could certainly be the ones coming in with the checklist card like Libra. I need for you to do A, B, and C. If you don't do A, B, and C, I don't know if I could do that. Like, I love you, and I want to have this new start with you 100%. But, you know, I'm not on board with you doing A, B, and C. And the Seven of Wands is you saying, no, but, like, you don't understand. I really need to do this for me. Right? So this could end up being you defending yourself and you not being the Four of Cups at all. I mean, this is a general message, so I'm going to give both interpretations. You got to understand how the way tarot works on this medium. Yeah. So that makes sense to me. Yeah. But I feel like there's going to be a meeting of minds, a meeting of the minds. I feel like, honestly, this is a hiccup. Your relationship looks good to me here. It does look, the relationship looks good, Libra. You're the one who's changing so much, though, that I feel like, okay, I'm going to stand corrected. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who really, really loves you, but somebody who thinks when it comes to certain aspects of your life that they know what's best for you over you. And you're having a hard time getting past this. And this is why I go back to, you know, the astrology part where it's, if somebody's trying to overrule you this year, I mean, really just kind of like talk over you, you know, Mars is not going to allow it. Mars is going to push you to stand up for yourself right now. And that's what I'm getting. So I'm getting that whoever is in your life, it's not even out of malice. So Libra, I have to tell you, I'm not getting that it's out of malice. I'm getting that it's out of either their own ignorance, their own lack of emotional maturity. I just feel like they're not as emotionally intelligent as you. I don't think that there's any malice involved here, though. I really don't. And I do feel like if you sit down and have a conversation, there will be able to be a meeting of the minds. But I do feel like, Libra, a lot of you are dealing with somebody who's pretty controlling. Particularly those of you who are dealing with somebody in the domestic front. Yeah. I am getting that in one area of your life or another. So this could, I mean, your personal relationship, your intimate relationship could be totally fine. This could be somebody that you're dealing with at work. This could be your business partner, right? I mean, the energies could be certainly flopped out. It could be somebody else, you know, in your life that you're partnered with, that you consider to be like really close, you know, to you. So, yeah, but things are going to be getting discussed and worked out. Honestly, Libra, there's like no choice to the matter. Like, no kidding. The energies aren't going to allow it. We have too many big hitters together in the sky. We have Pluto, we have Saturn, we have Uranus, we have Neptune. Then we have this the Aquarius influence coming in later on. Forget it. I mean, and then we have the Cancer Capricorn eclipse ending. It's going into the Gemini and Sagittarius eclipse. We are ending a 34-year cycle. We're starting a new 34-year cycle. We're ending the age of the pentacle. We're going into the age of air. I mean, and it's just going to be all about, the age of air is going to be all about communication, technology, but it's going to be how we communicate. And the way we've been communicating thus far is not going to fly anymore. So whoever's been overruling you or overpowering, things are going to start leveling out. Otherwise, they're going to lose you. And I don't feel like they want to. But you have that level of gumption to make those changes that you need in those areas. So I do like that for you. Absolutely. So let's just see if we can get a little advice from the Black Moon Tarot. Let's see what we can get. Real quick energy recommendation here. You know, also Libra, some of you who have been dealing with issues with siblings, by the end of the year, things are going to be looking a lot better. That resonates with any of you. Remember reading that in your chart. Ooh, Mercury. Awesome. We were just talking about this. It's communication. This is about you being very mentally sharp and flexible. Very flexible. High mental range. Very eloquent in your speech. You know, this Mercury tends to be chatty and kind of superficial, and it's a playing games, like, you know, kind of like psychological games. But I get that this is going to serve you. Not that you're going to be the one who's playing them. You're going to be able to spot them a mile away. Spot them a mile away. I mean, this is time to use all of your mental faculties to get your point across. Words and how you use them are very significant in this energy. And it might mark a period where you either have to talk your way out of something or talk your way into something. But whatever the reason or occurrence, how you communicate through writing or speaking is really, really important right now. So anything having to do with any of those. But it's not a time to stay static or sit still. And you want to watch out for gossip and other scandals having to do like within your family or within your friend group. The important thing here to remember is that what you say in these situations can and will be used against you. So choose your words wisely. Choose your words wisely. And a lot of you are going to be learning a lot about new technology this year. Yeah. So, you know, some of you I feel like are going to be going into a career having to do with engaging with technology more in one way or another. So, yeah, that's pretty clear to me. Pretty clear. Pretty cool, because we're talking about, like, communication and stuff. Yeah, so, you know, your advice here is to really be very clear in your communication. Tap into that mercurial energy. Sure. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, Libra, that is what I have for you. I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to be posting the January read for next week, okay? Well, guys, happy New Year, in case I forget to say it next time. Okay, you guys enjoy the rest of the holiday season. Take care. Bye-bye.